Wisconsin is widely known as a swing state, but very few communities here are competitive when it comes to elections.
In fact, only 2 places in the entire state have gone back and forth and voted for every Wisconsin presidential winner over the last 2 decades. CBS 58's AJ Byattpour tried to find out how that came to be.
Every 4 years, Wisconsin voters help chart the course of the U.S. Within this battleground state is a pair of bellwethers. You see, Wisconsin is made up of more than 1,800 cities, towns, and villages. Since 2000, only 2 of them have voted for the Wisconsin winner in every election for president and governor, the town of Harmony in Rock County and the village of Merrimac in Sauk County. Whether you ride the ferry or take the long way around Lake Wisconsin, Merrimac and its population of about 500 people is almost always evenly split when it comes to elections.
As folks who've been in Merrimac just about that entire time, how do you react to that stat?
Very interesting.
That's my comment, too. Interesting and unique in a way.
Gary and Gail Bayar, 2 of the reasons why Merrimac has backed candidates from both major political parties.
Have either of you voted for both a Democrat and Republican in different elections?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
You both have?
Yep.
At the Ferry Crossing Bar and Grill, it's something people are proud of.
I don't know, I feel pretty good about it, I guess. It's a good mixture of people, you know. We don't all have the same opinion.
I voted for Reagan, I voted for Clinton, I voted for Bush. A lot of it's the conversations because people are never really one way or the other. Most of them, they're middle of the road and they're going to vote for who they think is going to be doing the best job.
What goes into making a community that always picks winners?
Sometimes people do this thing where they're like, oh, there must be some special sauce in the bellwether community, and I don't think that's exactly right.
John Johnson, a researcher at Marquette University, crunched the numbers for all of the nearly 2,000 municipalities in Wisconsin and discovered there were only 2 winner pickers since 2000. He says the reason there aren't more is many communities have shifted significantly, either right or left.
Over that time, the average municipality has changed the way it votes by like 15 points or more. And as a result, there's almost nowhere that has been right in the middle that whole time.
Look at Wisconsin's electoral map from 2000. This heat map shows which counties were heavily Democratic or Republican and which were competitive. Now look at the map from the 2020 election. The rural parts of our state have gotten much more red, while Milwaukee and Dane counties are a deeper shade of blue. For a place to remain competitive, you need to have a little bit of everything.
We have a pretty even mix of yard signs.
Jenny Klecker, who does a bit of everything here,
Village clerk, administrator, treasurer,
says that describes Merrimac.
It's pretty economically diverse here. We have retired professors, lawyers, CEOs living on the lake, and then you have your blue-collar community living off the lake.
It's on the edge of that line. You know, if we were to draw the line where we're like, here's the edge of the Madison thing and the beginning of the rural thing, Merrimac would be pretty close to that line.
77 miles to the southeast, it's a similar story in the town of Harmony.
There was one night our ballots, the numbers came out, and they were really close. I called my husband at home. I said, how's the rest of the state going? Am I packing for a recount? That's how close we were. I was just a few votes apart.
Running elections in this town of 2,000 is a family affair.
My husband's a town clerk, and I was actually the town clerk before him.
Now the Rock County clerk, Lisa Tollefson, says Harmony is also a mini melting pot.
Yeah, it's a mix. We have a lot of rural ag, dairy, lots of farming, and we have a lot of subdivisions that border the city of Janesville.
With ballots already going out,
I'm not really sure who I want to vote for.
Many of these swing voters have yet to make up their minds.
I'm not sure what's going to happen this time. I haven't made a decision this time.
It's hard to get a read on whether the streak will continue.
I don't have a clue.
Not a clue.
Because a lot of people don't talk outwardly about it.
Oh, probably until the very end.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to guess it's going to turn out. I think it's going to be close.
Where those undecided voters eventually land could determine the direction of Wisconsin and possibly the nation. In Merrimac, AJ Byattpour, CBS 58 News.
All right, that is pretty interesting, and interesting to hear people who are still kind of open-minded about different things. But is there something you can take away from this as it applies to what's coming up tomorrow?
I think the most interesting thing is that we've just seen this almost polarization within Wisconsin. I think that map from 2000 to 2020 just showing how the rural areas have gotten so much redder. The spread there is going to be what's so important for the Trump campaign if they really increase that margin even more in those less populated red counties. And then for the blue counties, it's going to be a question of, especially Dane County, that population growth being able to offset any of the gains that Republicans have made in this Trump era in rural Wisconsin.
And not a hard choice when you said burger. It's a good burger at the what was the bar called?
The Ferry Crossing. Okay. According to the State Beef Council, that is one of the 8 best burgers in Wisconsin. And photographer Robbie Newell and I, we made sure we stopped and had the burger there. Can attest, it's a pretty dang good burger.
It looked like a great spot.
We learned one concrete thing for sure.
Right. That's right. Everyone
Absolutely.
can vote for the burger. That's right. All right, AJ, thank you so much. Good stuff.